Hey guys, what is up and welcome to my channel. It's a hardback life. My name is Jordan, and like I said, welcome back, or welcome if you are new to my channel. I have been away for 2 months, and that's mainly because I've just been exhausted with work and such, and also I got a little depressed towards the end of 2023. I wasn't completely depressed, but there were just things that were a bit of a downer, and like I said, I was getting exhausted because I work at Goodwill, and that is still technically retail, but thrifting retail. And yeah, it's just a hard and trying time the last couple months because of some unfortunate things that have happened in my life or friends that I have lost and what have you. But you know what? Um, we're just looking for 2024 to be a more uplifting year. And so far it has been. One, my favorite singer, Ariana Grande, has released music. And she announced the date of her album dropping. I'm so excited for that. So excited. But that's not the main reason I'm excited for today. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is my birthday! Woohoo! Yes, I am officially another year older. I'm 34, in case you didn't know. So yeah, I am now 34 years old. And honestly, I feel like this year's going to be a good year for me. I'm just very excited about what 2024 has to bring, specifically in new books that are coming out, and yeah, and just things that are going to be happening soon. I'm very excited, and I definitely want to take you guys along for the ride. But yeah, today is my birthday, and we're going to be doing a book haul later on today. Probably more in the evening because I got some stuff I want to do today. Like get some free coffee. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Anyway, so with the new year comes some new reading challenges and some new books that I want to read, or even books that have been out for a long time that I've been wanting to read. And this month I have planned on reading quite a few books. I haven't read as many so far, but that's just because I've been taking some time on certain books. But I'm hopefully gonna get read some more, especially this whole week, because this week I'm on vacation. It's more like a staycation because I'm not going anywhere for my birthday week. I'm still going to be in Arizona where I live, but I'm going to be doing a lot more reading because I have time. No work and nothing really to distract me from reading. I'm going to be reading a lot. My vacation started yesterday and it was glorious because I got to sleep in on Wednesday. I mean, Wednesday's a day off anyway, so I got to sleep in general, but I get to sleep. That's another thing. It's like, not only am I reading a lot, I'm sleeping a lot more. And yeah, but like I said, I am doing a reading challenge, and it's a 2024 reading challenge that was created by my friends Jake and Stacy from the channel The Bookish Drummer. The Bookish Drummer is Jake's channel. Jake is not only an avid book reader, he is a very talented drummer. That's where the name Bookish Drummer came from. And he reads a lot of fantasy, but he also reads a lot of horror. So if you want to get into more horror type books, his channel is definitely where you can get more info on that. And he reads a lot more books than horror and fantasy as well. But yeah, he and his fiancee Stacy have created this 2024 reading challenge, and it's 52 prompts with a bonus prompt, and each of those challenges represents basically a week in the year. So it's just basically a challenge that is going to help you knock out your TBR, and it's posted on within that video. I'll probably actually post that video in the link in the description so you can watch that, and also find the link to that challenge so that you can do it yourself as well. And because it's not too late, you can still do those challenges. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time this year, because that means I have 52 books that I need to read. I mean, it's okay if you don't get to all 52 prompts, but like, it's just supposed to help you knock out your TBR, like I said. And I'm only going to share with you the first 4, because there's only 4 weeks in average in a year, in a month. Not in a year. Oh my god. What did I say in a year? I don't know why I said that. But yeah, there's on average, there's about 4 weeks in a month. And so I'm going to share with you the first 4 books that I plan on reading and the prompts themselves. Okay, so the prompts are... Sorry, it was upside down. Where is it? Oh, here they are. Okay. I wrote them down because for some reason I couldn't get the printer to print. Okay, so first one is read a book that has the same vibes as a song you like or related to the lyrics of it in any way. The second one is read a book that you have access to in more than one format. The third one is read a book that that was an anticipated release in 2023, but you haven't gotten to it yet for some reason. And then 4, read a book that has a reading goal you have set for yourself this year. Those are some great prompts, and I have books for each and every one of these. One of them I don't have a physical copy for, and that's fine because I have the audiobook and I've started it. Alright, so I'm going to share with you these books, and then I'm going to share with you other books that I plan on reading for the month of January. So the first of the 4 books that I plan on reading for the 2024 reading challenge is All the Light That We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. This is a historical fiction type book. It's set in World War II, I believe. I can't remember if it's World War I or World War II. And our main characters, Marie Laure LeBlanc, she escapes Paris with her father. And our other main character is a soldier. I can't figure out how to pronounce his name. But she and our other main character come across each other at some point. And he's a soldier, so he's dealing with his, being in the war and his conflicting situations, especially when he comes across her, because she is obviously not German, but when they meet each other, it just a beautiful friendship develops. And this book, I really wanted to read for years because I've heard a lot of great things about it, and just the beauty in the relationships that the characters make with each other is one of the main reasons I wanted to read this, because this is in the like height of war, and if people are willing to come together via their, even with their differences, and just try to be good to each other, that's one thing that makes me want to read this, and I've been wanting to read it forever. Anyway, I'm reading this for the first prompt, which is to read a book that has the same vibes as a song that you like. And the song that I like, that I love actually, that I'm choosing, that kind of reminds me of this, is Charlie Boy by the Lumineers. And the reason I chose that song is because, it talks about a boy who's going to war and how his family is getting affected by it. And just like, the how he's dealing with it and all that stuff. And yeah, so I am looking forward to reading this. Haven't started it yet. I hope to start it this week, because I'm on vacation and for 5 days straight, which means I have a lot of time to read in the next 5 days. And you bet that I'm going to focus on reading, because I don't have work to interfere right now. So this is the first book that I plan on reading this is the first book that is on the reading challenge list for me. And like I said, you don't have to read your books in order. I have not. But I'm just focusing on the first 4. And speaking of the next, the 4, the next one is read a book that you have access to in more than one format. And for that, I chose Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Now, I read this and I finished it a couple days ago. One of my favorite books of the year already. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. This is about a girl named Iris Winnow and a boy named Forrest Whitaker. Why did I say Forrest Whitaker? Forrest Whitaker is an actor. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go back. This is about a girl named Iris Winnow and a boy named Roman Kitt. Those are our 2 main characters. They are rivals in a newspaper company. I forget the name of the company. And they're competing for lead columnist. And both our main characters are going through struggles. One of them, Iris, her brother goes off to war months before she gets her job. And then Kit comes from a rich family, and with that, though, comes a lot of obligations for him. And he doesn't want to be doing any of these things that his family wants him to do. And so they meet, they become rivals, because obviously they're going for the same position. And at some point, Iris leaves and goes off to take on another job, which is going to help her find her brother, because he has not contacted her in months. And Roman Kitt follows her because, well, this is like, I didn't say this before, but this is a romance fantasy. He follows her because, well, he falls for her and stuff like that. It's a beautifully written story. And it's a war fantasy, because there's a war happening, and it's started by these 2 gods, and they force regular humans to fight for them in this war and stuff like that. It's a great book. It had me crying a couple times. Like I said, beautifully written, and it's a duology. It's called the Letters of Enchantment duology. And Ruthless Vows is the second book. It is somewhere around here. I'm probably not going to read that till next month because, like I said, I love this book so much that I'm going to savor it. Savor the second one. This is the second prompt too, and I've already read this one, like I said. I definitely can't wait to read book number 2. The third prompt was to read a book anticipated in the previous year that you have not gotten to yet. And for that, Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. Oh my gosh, this cover is beautiful, especially the gold. There's another cover that is similar, but it's brown. There's still gold on it, but it's more brown, and it's weird looking. But this is the special edition version, so I bought this one. And for those of you who don't know, you probably do know at this point, Cassandra Clare is one of my favorite authors, so this was an instant buy. I've already started this one. It's definitely got a different vibe than the Shadowhunter books that she is known for writing. And I got to get past that because, yeah, obviously I love the Shadowhunter world. And this is a completely different world. And I just got to get used to that. So, that's the hurdle I got to climb. But so far, it's pretty good. I mean, like I said, I'm not too far. I'm like maybe 15% into this book, but I'm enjoying it. Book that I have for the challenge is to read a book that you have set a goal for yourself for, in 2024. And the goal I have set for myself in 2024 is to finish The Wheel of Time. And I am on track to doing that, my friends. I have to finish the prequel, which I'm currently reading, and then the 13th book and the 14th book, and then I will be done with The Wheel of Time for good. And after I finish it, I'm going to give you guys details on how I feel about the series overall. And I'm definitely going to share that with you. I'm not going to do that right now of how I feel about it so far. But details will be coming for that in the future. Because, yeah, I chose the prequel to put for this, by the way. The prequel was written after, I think it was written after the 10th book. And my friends that I've been reading the book series with chose to read it after the 10th book, obviously because of publication order. I didn't know that was happening, that we were reading the prequel. So I'm reading it now. And you know what? It's all good. Like I said, I'm reading it now, and I'm actually more ahead than I am, or than my friends are. So I'm looking pretty good. Okay, so those were the 4 books that I plan on reading for this readathon, or this reading challenge this year in 2024. Now on to the other books that I plan on reading for this month. Oh, I forgot to mention, I've also finished another book. Like I said, I finished Divine Rivals, and that was part of the reading challenge. I finished The Gathering Storm, which is the 12th book in The Wheel of Time, and the first book with Brandon Sanderson as a co-author. Because, if you don't know, Robert Jordan, who was the original author of this series, passed away back in 2007, and he had the first 11 books plus the prequel written. And unfortunately, he couldn't finish the series in time before his death. So his wife got Brandon Sanderson involved after she read Mistborn, which is a book I haven't read yet. Don't kill me. But yeah, Brandon Sanderson is a fantastic author, and when I heard that he wrote these novels, the last three novels, with obviously the help of Robert Jordan in his notes, very extensive notes, I was definitely excited for that. So I read this book, and I actually reread it at the beginning of this year because I loved it so much. And so because I reread it, I put it on 2 times speed so I can get through it faster. And I love this one. The next books I want to talk about are books 1 and 2 of the Crescent City series. House of Earth and Blood. Oh, Lord. Hold on. House of Earth and Blood and House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. If you know me, you know I'm a big Sarah J. Maas fan. And I'm here for it. I've read the first Throne of Glass book, and then I read the second Throne of Glass. Well, I read some of it. I DNF'd it. I'm going to come back to the Throne of Glass at a later time, because that's another commitment, because it's 7 books. But anyway, I've read the first Throne of Glass book, and then I've read all of A Court of Thorns and Roses that is out so far. And I love that series. And obviously, because of that series, it's solidified me as a Sarah J. Maas stan. And I plan on reading these 2 because, well, the third and final book comes out at the end of January. And each of these series apparently tie in with one another. So I definitely want to read it's the Crescent City series. And those are on my list. So I might start those this week and then hopefully finish the first one this week and then finish book number 2 next week in time for book number 3. The next book that I plan on finishing hopefully today is Heartstopper Volume 5, which is the 5th graphic novel in the Heartstopper graphic novel series by Alice Oseman. Now, I already read this. I'm rereading it. It's another reread. But I just love this series so much. It's so wholesome, and I am part of the LGBTQ plus community. I'm gay, for those of you who don't know. And so this is relatable, and I just love the characters so dang much. All of them. Even the ones that you're supposed to hate. But, I just love this series, and there's going to be one more graphic novel that is coming out for this series, and I don't know when it's going to be published, whether it will be end of 2024 or beginning of 2025. And if you haven't watched the TV series, I definitely recommend it. I just would I would read the graphic novels first. But yeah, this is the 5th volume, and I love it so much. And I'm almost done with it because I started rereading it again yesterday. And yeah, I plan on finishing it today on my birthday. The next books I plan on reading this month are... This is the 3rd and final book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy by Stephanie Garber. I'm not going to say too much about this because of the time. But it's basically about a girl named Evangeline who gets her heart broken in the first book. And because she gets her heart broken, she makes a deal with the fate, and that leads her to a disastrous situation, multiple situations, if you will. And because she made a deal with the fate to break up a wedding and all, and stuff, he makes a bargain with her that if he does what he says he is going to do, she has to do a whole bunch of tasks for him. And then she's stuck with him until she fulfills her duty. And the first book was really, really good. The second book, especially, second book ended on a cliffhanger, which had me like freaking out. And I was like, after I read it, I was like, oh my god, I need the third book in my hands like now. Like, and then this, oh, book one was Once Upon a Broken Heart. Book two was The Ballad of Never After. And then this is book three, A Curse for True Love. You can see that I've already started reading it, like I said, if you can see that bookmark. I'm like 200 and something pages into it. So far, you guys, I've been postponing finishing this book. One, because I want to savor it. And two, because I'm not loving the direction into which this book is going. So that's why I've been holding it off, mainly. But I really do want to finish it. Look, I have, if you can see it, like I have a very small chunk left. And I just need to get through it. But like I said, I don't like the direction that it's going. So I'm nervous. But anyway, that's what I'm reading for. I hope to finish this month. And then we have the 13th book of The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson. Look how chunky it is, though, you guys. I don't know if I'm going to start this book this month. I say that I am, but look how chunky it is. It's over. I checked. It's over 1,200 pages. I mean, I'm going to be reading it via audiobook mostly, and maybe doing some immersion reading by reading it physically as well. But over 1,200 pages. This will be the biggest book I have ever read. And I'm nervous. So, wish me good luck. This is no surprise for anybody who knows. I really enjoyed Fourth Wing. And because I enjoyed Fourth Wing, I decided to pick up some of Rebecca Yaros's other books, specifically in her romance era. Well, not era. She specifically writes romance. So I'm reading the first book in the Quintet series. I can't remember the name of the series right now. If I remember it, I will post it. But this is Full Measures by Rebecca Yaros. This is about a girl who finds out her father is in the military, and there are these people that show up at her doorstep and tell her and her family that her father unfortunately didn't make it. And then obviously her being the oldest, she bears that weight for her siblings. And ultimately she meets another gentleman who helps her through this tough time and who she falls in love with. But a secret threatens to tear their newly found relationship. And yeah, that's all I know about it. I've already started it. So far, it's been kind of sad because obviously we're at the point where she and her family find out about her father. So yeah, hopefully it gets really, really good and I continue on with the series. And each book, by the way, is a standalone. So, but they're still connected in a way. Okay. And the next three books and the last books I'm going to talk about for this video. I'm sorry if this video is still kind of long. Is the Atlas 6 trilogy. Is that the name of this trilogy? Atlas 6? Yeah, we're going to say the Atlas 6 trilogy, which is the Atlas 6. Sorry. The Atlas 6. The Atlas Paradox. And the Atlas Complex. Now, this is not the book that I originally bought. Well, I bought this book at Target because the Barnes & Noble edition was not available in my state at all. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if you heard about it, but when they did the shipment for the Atlas Complex, which is the final book in the series, whoever was in charge of shipping the books didn't ship any of the Arizona books. Or didn't ship any of the books to Arizona. And literally, my friend who works at Barnes & Noble, at one of our locations, called me and said, well, she told me about how she went to the back to find those books, and there were no copies of the Atlas Complex. And so, of course, she was freaking out because it was release day, and yeah, she knew she was going to have a bad day because it's a new release, and a lot of people are looking forward to reading the final book. And unfortunately, Arizona got nothing the day of release. And it was like that for a good chunk of days. I mean, the book's only been out now for 9 days. But, like, that copy, the copies that Barnes & Noble was supposed to get came in finally this past Monday. And so, when I have a copy of the Barnes & Noble edition, and I'm going to share that with you during my book haul. But oh my god, I've been stressing out because I've wanted to get my hands on the final book. And I do have it here, like I said, but this is the Target edition. But I wanted the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition so bad. And I have it, but like I said, it's in a bag. But if this book sticks the landing, it's going to be another favorite series of all time. And I'll give you more details on what it's about later on. Anyway, you guys, have a wonderful day. And I sure as hope I do. Because like I said, it's my birthday. And I plan on having a fantastic day. Oh, there goes some books. It's okay. Anyway, you guys, you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!